Hi Chem Peeps, this is video 3 of word equations to balance chemical equations, and the one that I have here on the screen is a little more difficult just because of the wording and the type of compounds that I have present. It reads ammonia and oxygen form when water and nitrogen dioxide react. The way that this is written, this water and nitrogen dioxide are our reactants. They have to react first before our products form, and so that makes ammonia and oxygen our products. So when I go to create symbols to represent everything in the sentence, I am going to put water and nitrogen dioxide first. So water plus nitrogen dioxide. Now this is a covalent compound. It is not named the same way as an ionic compound. You can see I use di here, and in fact, I would be correct if I called this mononitrogen dioxide, but the mono can be dropped on the first element. So nitrogen is just 1, and oxygen has 2, and then form our yield arrow, ammonia. Ammonia is a common name for NH3. That's just something my students often have to just learn. And oxygen is diatomic, so it's by itself. It is written as O2. When I list these, I'm going to have 2 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen, and 3 oxygens. And then on the reactant side, I have 3 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen, and 2 oxygens. So let's start with the hydrogens. We have 2 and 3. We can't make them equal each other, but we can make them equal 6. So I'm going to put a 2 here. That's going to change it to 6 hydrogens and 2 nitrogens. On this side, I'll put a 3 in front of the water. That changes that to 6. And then my oxygens, I have 3 in the water and 2 in the nitrogen dioxide. That's 5. Let's also fix the nitrogen. On the left side, I'm going to put a 2 here, so that changes my nitrogen to 2. And then my oxygen also changes. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 is now 7. Now, when I talked about balancing chemical equations, everything that I multiply this oxygen by is going to be even. And we have an odd number on the left side. So I tell my students, multiply by a fraction, and the 2's will divide out, and that gives us 7. But I don't like my students to leave their equations as fractions. So multiply by 2 through everything in the equation, and that will take out that fraction here, and we will have just a 7. Then here we're going to have a 4, and then here we're going to have a 4. And then here at the water, we're going to have a 6. So let's check our elements to make sure they're balanced. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4. And then we have 6 oxygens in the water, and we have 8 in the nitrogen dioxide. That gives us 14 oxygens on the left. On the right, we have 4 nitrogens. We have 7 times 2, which is going to be 14 oxygens, and then 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. And that balances the equations. I hope this helped. You can find more videos on Chem's Chem Chat on both TikTok and YouTube.